What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Track Talk Podcast. We are your hosts, Emma and Hannah, and we are back here for a double race recap plus our F1 movie review, finally.
Yeah, we both watched it last week, and then we had British GP, and then we had Mid Ohio, which I thought Mid Ohio was a doubleheader, but it's not, and that's okay. A lot of racing this week. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's not a doubleheader. Do you want to start with the movie?
Yeah, let's do. Well, first of all, I don't know if this will be on YouTube.
Yeah, well,
okay. So I'll address the elephant in the room.
I gave Hannah a black eye.
Yeah, she did not, but I do have a migraine. They hit me right behind my eyes, like right where what you need to do anything. Anytime you move your eyes, it hurts. I'm coming down from it right now. Basically, this is the only time that I can record, so this it has to happen.
So she's wearing sunglasses. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Looks chic.
Yeah,
enough.
You
I just feel like a tool.
You can still talk. That's all I care about.
It's true. I just feel like a douche. But yeah. Okay, let's start with the movie. Now, I want this on record. We have not texted about it. Not a single item about it, because I think we were both knowing that we were saving it for this conversation. I will say, mid-movie, my thoughts were on you, and I literally was like, what about this movie? What extremely minute and ridiculous detail is she gonna pull out of this movie and have a problem with? So without further ado, I'd love you to tell me what those are.
I'm not okay. I'm gonna restart. I didn't mind it. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I thought the racing scenes were actually pretty good. Mm-hmm. I thought they were absolutely insane and not realistic at all. What one of the drivers did a quadruple flip over the barrier. Let's chill a little bit. But the one thing that like really got me was it's so unbelievable that teams would only have plan A and plan B. They would
There you go.
Plan C, plan D, plan E. We've talked about this in previous episodes. So the fact that Brad Pitt comes in there and is like, we don't have a plan C, that's bullshit. They would have a plan C. And then to call plan C plan combat. Okay, listen, I'm pretty sure everyone has access to your freaking radios. Everyone can hear everything. You say plan C is in combat on the radio one time, that's straight going like to the FIA. Like, you know what I mean? That's not just a word. Like, no shit, you're trying to fucking start shit. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm swearing a lot. But like, you can't say plan combat and then hit other cars and then get away with it for the rest of the race. Also, do we forget that penalty points are a freaking thing? He would be out. Brad Pitt would absolutely be racking up his 12 penalty points 4 races in. You cannot tell me that he wouldn't have a race ban. Do you know what I mean? Thank you.
Continue. The floor is yours.
There were just so many parts that were unrealistic, and I'm leaning over to my dad during it, and I'm like, this would never happen. This would go straight to the FA. That would be a penalty.
Oh my God, I'm so glad I didn't go watch it with you.
Well, because my dad, he watches F1, but like he doesn't understand like the level that we do, right? So he's like, I liked it. I thought it was a great movie. I was like, yeah, because you don't get it. Like, this is wrong. Everything that's happening here is 100% wrong. Also, where did the other driver go that was like in the first half of the season? They were like, we lost him. Like, did he just leave? Like,
oh my God, there's another thing that nobody else would have thought about except for you.
Where did he go? They're like, oh, like as if a driver would just leave halfway through the season. Like, you are a Formula One driver. I don't care if your team is shit. Do you know how hard that seat is to get? And you're just going to decide to up and leave? Are you kidding me? I also want to know what was going through the reserve driver's head, because he was in there for a few races and then was just like, he's just there on standby, which I guess is the reserve driver's part. Like, they have to be, but like, feel bad for him. And then there's another thing I wanted to say. Oh, where was Coda? Coda is literally always in the last half of the season. They didn't show it. Obviously, there was no Coda race, and I was like, okay, whatever. I guess it's fine. Oh, and the Abu Dhabi race, the last race, when it was Lewis and Joshua Pierce, I was like, there's no way we were getting a repeat of Lewis Hamilton losing the last race this season, like on the final laps. I was like, how is Lewis Hamilton, producer of this movie, allowing this to happen? Mm-hmm. Like, I was kind of shocked at that part. You know what I mean? I was like, no way. Also would not happen. Joshua Pierce just took out a Mercedes driver, and then you have Toto Wolff, team principal of Mercedes, going up to him being like, hey, if you want to switch teams, let me know. Like, no, absolutely not. That would not happen. I know Toto probably just wanted a speaking line in this movie, but like, that would not happen. You just took out one of his drivers. I think those are my main thoughts.
I liked it.
I liked it. I didn't hate it. Like, I thought I'm gonna go see it again. It was enjoyable, and I thought the racing was actually good. And there were parts where I was like on the edge of my seat. Like, it was a good movie, but then I just am shocked that they were like, this is the closest like thing to real Formula One that you're ever gonna get. And I'm like, this is absolute bullshit. Like,
okay, this is what I often have to do with you. I have to remind you who this is for.
Yes. Okay. Not for us.
It's not for us.
It's for like, it's like an introduction to the sport. It's like
Correct.
watching, like, I'm sure when I watched Rush before I was into Formula One. I'm sure there were mistakes in that movie too that I never caught on.
Right.
Or like Ford v Ferrari. Like, I didn't never watch Le Mans before watching it. So now that we know the sport, I'm like picking up on the things that the average viewer of the movie would not pick up on.
Right.
And I'm sure the same goes for like Top Gun or some shit like that. Like, you know?
Exactly.
So you asked for my opinions though.
No. I want everyone to hear your opinion. I'm not trying to tell you that your opinion is less just because you understand it further. It's just
the movie's not for us.
You just need to remember, that like when they say this is as close to real Formula One as you're ever gonna get, that is true, because how they'll never stop, or they'll never have a camera crew at all these races consecutively with the drivers in the paddock, building a team garage, a team hospitality at these races, these real races again.
That's fair. That's
like,
a good point.
I think when they say like this is as close as you're going to get, it's because you did get all the access of like what it is to be like in Formula One.
Yeah.
Maybe like, then there's movie magic. And there, I did think, I was like, wow, okay, like Lewis being a producer, I did think that the racing stuff, well, like the racing scenes were very good, but I did think like the team strategy and dynamic was going to be a little bit more believable.
Yeah.
Just because Lewis was it was a producer. So I did think it was going to be a little bit more accurate, but I mean, it was entertaining. Mm-hmm. The racing scenes were so good.
People had problems with the racing scenes, and I was like, I thought that was the one part of the movie that was like really, really good, was the actual racing.
I haven't heard anybody say that. You have?
I've seen that on like Twitter. Yeah.
Okay. So I
shouldn't be on
Twitter. Yeah, I deleted that shit.
That's my problem right there. That's on me, guys.
No, the racing scenes were very good. Obviously, like the crash gate stuff.
Okay, see, that I was also thinking that during the movie. I was like, is this not Crashgate?
It is.
This is absolutely Crashgate.
Yeah. Like that stuff, I'm like, okay, well, that wouldn't happen. Like Joshua Pierce's crash over the barriers wouldn't have happened. Like
it wouldn't happen to that extent.
Yeah. Like there was racing things that happened in the racing scenes that I was like a little unbelievable, but the racing scenes themselves were so good. Yeah. I was really impressed. And this is from I've never watched Top Gun, never watched Top Gun Maverick. But I understand now how people fall in love with those movies, because I got it with this one, because it's the same director, correct? Yeah. I felt anxiety while watching the racing scenes.
Me too.
So I'm like, well, that's good, because that's how I feel on a normal race weekend. So,
and I liked how they had like commentators during the race, as if you're actually watching the race from home. Mm-hmm. Like, it wasn't just like you're watching the race as it is. Like, you had that aspect of the broadcasting, which I thought that was genius.
Yeah, that was really good. I loved all like the in the paddock scenes. Like, I liked the little press conference between Zach, Fred, and then I guess, what was their team principal's name?
I don't remember.
Oh God,
he looked like Fernando Alonso.
I know he did, right?
That whole time I was like, this man is Fernando Alonso,
right? I know.
And then we did get a moment between Fernando,
and
Sonny Hayes, and they were like that.
Yeah,
whatever.
I liked that actually.
That's what I need. That's what I needed.
Yeah, I liked that little press conference moment. But like, I'm not a movie critic at all. I don't even watch movies really ever. My problem with it was more like, I don't think that they knew where they were going with it. And I'm taking it at face value because it was entertaining. But like, was it about racing? Was it about romance? Was it about dynamics? Was it an enemies to friends, like teamwork plot? Like, I think that they tried to do too much. And then like, I have the obvious problems with the romance scene because I had an issue obviously before, being that it's his female aerodynamicist, that portrayal of females in motorsports as having a romance trope is just dumb, because that's just not how it is for so many hardworking women who get there based on their skill and dedication. But my issue, so aside from the obvious issue with the romance part of it, it just wasn't necessary. Like, no.
It didn't bring anything to the plot. No. It didn't take, like, it was just there. And it wasn't like we really could have gone without this.
Right. Like, it wasn't like Sunny, like, was like looking for a partner, like has never found someone. And then he met her and he's like, this is my person, blah, 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 blah. They hooked up once.
Yeah.
She did say that she never does this and then just does, and then immediately did it.
And then does it. We didn't
look, here's the thing. I love a romance trope. Love a Formula One romance book. If the movie was an F1 romance, I'm all in. Like, if I knew going into it that there was going to be some plot line behind the romance, I'd be like, yeah, like, I'm going to watch that. I like that.
But there wasn't.
But it wasn't. Like, it was just unnecessary. That was my, like, biggest issue with it, was like, so not only is there an issue here about females working in motorsports and the connotation that may have to some viewers and some fans, but now it's just not necessary. Like, it wasn't even really part of it. At the end, they're like, I'll see ya, or I'll wait for you, whatever. And he goes to Baja. And I just was like, it just wasn't necessary. I'm not even like really mad that it like happened, because it's like, again, I would have appreciated a good romance aspect to it, but it didn't go anywhere. It wasn't really a plot. Like, that's the thing where I'm like, if you were going to do it, do it. Like, they like dipped a toe into the water, and it was almost worse than if they would have just
But it was like, who was
romance.
That for? Like, who?
Right.
You don't need that. Like, you don't need
that.
Like, we're good. There are so many movies that work without a romance twist.
Right. Exactly. But there's also lots of movies that work based on their romance trope. And
I think you're right that they didn't really know what the main theme of the movie was supposed to be. Like, it really was. I didn't see a lot of character development. I didn't see like anything that like I really took away, like, oh, that was the meaning behind the movie. Like, it was racing and it was good, but I'm like, it's not Oscar worthy, that's for damn sure.
Well, and so the whole thing throughout the whole, I don't want to be like too movie criticky, because like I think that's annoying. Like, it was entertaining. It was a good movie. But like the whole thing with everyone kept asking Sunny, like, why are you here? Why are you here? We never got an answer at the end to like, why are you here? So why was that? Why all along were people asking him, Sunny, why are you here?
Or what about the cards?
And the cards, we never, and they said, oh, he was a professional poker player. Like, there was just so many things that I felt like
were unanswered.
Yeah. I needed like to be wrapped up a little bit. And again, like, I'm not a movie critic at all, but if I picked up on these things, like, I know other people did. Mm-hmm. And it didn't really affect like the overall viewing, but I would have liked some like wrap it up in a big bow, mm-hmm. and we understand what this is all about. Mm-hmm. If the story was about teamwork, which seemed to be, I thought, the majority of what the plot should have been, mm-hmm. then I think that they did a good job, but I think they could have leaned into it more. And also, why did Joshua Pierce have an issue with Sunny the second he saw him?
Yeah, that I don't know either. Like, you have to race alongside him. He's now your teammate, which there has to be some, like, I don't understand how that all happened. How the owner of the team was like, you're racing for, like, you know, is he allowed? Does he have his super license? I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Semantics, Emma.
That's when it's just where my mind goes.
I know, exactly. I was thinking about you in the movie. I'm like, what is she going to pull out of this that I'm not even thinking about?
Does Sunny Hayes have his super license, or did he just show up in the car and start driving?
The important questions. that I didn't even fucking think about.
Because anyway, whatever, it's fine. But yeah, no, Joshua like hated him from the minute he stepped foot, and like you could tell that Sonny Hayes again immediately when he stepped foot in the garage, like he wanted to help the team make it better. And so it's like, what does Joshua Pierce have against that? Like, it's not like Sonny Hayes came in and was like, I'm taking you down, I'm gonna be the number one driver.
Yeah, he didn't do that.
That's not what happened.
He was cocky about, he's like, well, if I'm within 10 seconds of your lap time or something like that. So like but any driver is cocky and wants a seat like that. But like, I don't know why he hated him immediately. That was weird.
I don't know.
I liked his mom, Joshua Pierce's mom, Bernadette. I thought that was a great character. I liked how the Grand Prix played out. But yeah, I thought like overall good. Obviously inaccuracies, it's fine. A lot of people who don't watch racing like wouldn't really find them, because like I was also listening. I've been listening to everybody who's been putting out their thoughts, trying to like see if I'm aligning, and for the most part I am. A lot of people have said they wouldn't watch it again. I would watch it again.
I'd watch it again.
I listened to formerly Two Girls One Formula, currently See You on the Internet Pod's review, because I know that they love movies a lot, so I was like, what are they gonna have to say about it? And the one part that they were like what the fuck, was when they were in Vegas and Joshua Pierce was at like a sponsors dinner at the club the night before the race.
Yeah. And then his manager is the one encouraging, manager / cousin is the one encouraging him to stay and party and no, absolutely not. That would not happen.
Yeah. But I will say that scene did give me my favorite part of the movie, which was the girl asking,
can you introduce me to Carlos Sainz?
Yeah. I thought that was probably the most relatable thing, like from a fangirl perspective, that I saw all movie.
Absolutely. Yeah. Me too.
Yep. Yeah. Anyways,
there's gonna be a second movie apparently.
I heard this. I pretty much wrote the sequel.
You did.
Last week, so we'll see. I'll take the royalties.
Anyway, that was F1 the movie review.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about Silverstone.
Let's do it.
British GP. Hell yeah. Aston Martin's home race. I always forget that Aston Martin, like their headquarters are like a block away from where the track is, which I love. It's so fun. Did you watch quality?
Wait.
What?
Going back to the movie real quickly, we're talking about headquarters.
Yeah. McLaren. They use McLaren.
I loved seeing the McLaren Technology Center.
Yeah, me too. And Will Buxton like in it too. Like,
dude, I
had
know.
Like an actual like role. I love that. It was so good.
And also, so remember how I told the story about how Will complimented Lex's jacket when we were in Indianapolis? She's sitting beside me and Will Buxton shows up and she's like, he complimented my jacket. I'm like, yeah, I didn't even know who he was. Now he's on your movie screen.
That's so bizarre.
Yeah.
What a movie.
Yeah. Anyways, sorry.
No, that's okay. Silverstone.
Yeah, Silverstone.
It looked to be a promising weekend for Ferrari.
I know.
Like,
it was, yeah.
Lewis fastest in P1, FP1. Charles and Lewis both had really good practice sessions, and then next thing we know, Charles is being waterboarded by his own helmet. Like, what? How does that happen?
I don't know, because
he was drowning in the car,
but like the visor wasn't up.
I don't know.
So how
was it? Like was it from the rain? Was it from his water bottle? Like, I don't know, but he was drowning. Maybe something leaked. I have no idea. It had to be from the rain.
Literally, the whole storyline this season is Charles versus water.
Yeah.
Yep. Must be the water.
I just feel so bad. Like, it looked to be such a good weekend for Ferrari, and we wanted a Lewis podium. Like, why wouldn't we want a Lewis podium at Silverstone? Like, we want Ferrari to do well. They've been consistent, but like consistently mid, you know what I mean? So poor Charles. Lewis had a great finish, but like
Charles had a tough race. He went through the grass twice and finished P14, I believe. Only one place in front of Yuki Tsunoda, who finished P15 and last of all the finishing drivers.
Yeah, we had DNFs right away. Like Franco and Liam. Okay, Franco, remember last week I was like, give him a contract? Maybe don't. Like, sorry, that was so mean. But like, he got a red flag in qualifying, and then he was out. lap 1 of this race. Like,
well,
to be fair, it was like an issue with the car. Like he.
But okay, you know what was weird? Did you notice? Like it said he was out, but I saw 2. Oh my god, I'm dumb.
You thinking about Pierre?
No. What? I was literally saying I saw 2 Williams on the screen.
Correct.
Franco doesn't race for Williams anymore. But it did say he was out before they actually decided to retire the car.
They preemptively were like, this kid's not finishing.
Yeah.
They were right.
Yeah, and they were right.
Anyway, maybe
I felt bad for Liam. There's literally nothing he could do in that situation.
No.
He said it right in his radio message. He just literally got drove right into the side of. So
yeah, I feel bad. Silverstone is always like a good race, but it's always so unpredictable, especially when it rains, which it usually does.
Yeah.
Like the visibility in that race is insane for 50% of it. Like unless you're leading, you're screwed. Which I know I'm all over the place because I watched 2 races today and I don't know what's going on. But the Oscar penalty.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that.
Yep.
So Oscar like really slowed down behind the safety car, which caused Max to like slow down as well and briefly overtook Oscar because of like the reaction that he had. But I read that Oscar, hang on, let me find my notes here.
Well, Oscar did it to cool Max's tires down.
Okay, but he slowed down from 218 kilometers to 52 kilometers. Like an insane amount, obviously causing Max to react the way he did. But also keep in mind the visibility of that race right now. And like, that's so unsafe and dangerous.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's why he was handed a 10-second time penalty. And lots of people don't agree with it. And I don't understand how.
Because people are like, well, George did it and only got 5 seconds. But I'm like, okay, but also compare the situation. Like George it was a lot less unsafe. You know what I mean?
I will say, I thought 10 was extreme. I thought 5 was appropriate. Would have been appropriate.
I think 10 was fine. Like, it's first of all, what he did was illegal. You can't do that. But then also keeping in mind the conditions of the race at that time, like the drivers behind you their visibility is like so shit. Like you're just putting them in danger by doing that. And so I think if they're comparing it to another race where this exact incident happened, you have George and he was given that 5-second penalty. Yeah. But there was better visibility. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think it makes sense. Like, I would have been fine with 5 seconds.
I just don't think the FIA like considered the visibility part when handing out the time penalties, and that's where people have an issue with the FIA. People are us as well. Is there is no consistency in like infractions. Someone does it this weekend and gets a 5 second. Someone does it this weekend and gets a 10-second. And I understand what you're saying, that the visibility was different between those 2 instances, even if they're on the same weekend, honestly. Mm-hmm. But I don't think the FIA made that decision based on visibility. Mm-hmm. I also did not read the penalty report, though, that came from the FIA, so they may have cited that. I don't think it's something that they've considered in the past when making those decisions. Never. So, like, yeah, I guess put that as like a little, like, keep that in mind, a grain of salt. The report, we haven't seen it. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, I thought it deserved a penalty.
But then... So Oscar served the penalty like under a pit stop.
Yeah.
And Lando, obviously that gave Lando the lead, managed to get ahead of Oscar after that. But then for Oscar to say like that penalty wasn't fair, like give me the spot back.
Yeah, I know.
That was weird.
I didn't like that either.
There are so many Oscar fans that are like, what the fuck is he saying? Like,
oh, really?
No one thinks that like that was a smart thing to say. Like even people who support Oscar are like, don't look at us, like we don't know what the fuck he's saying.
Okay.
So that I don't know where that came from. And then he was just, I get it, like he's mad, like he's not having a good time at that point because of the penalty, and like he thinks it was like not fair. But I just feel like the whole rest of the race, like this is Lando's home race, like he won it, like he didn't seem happy for his teammate at all, like during the podium celebration, like he just wanted to get out of there.
Yeah, like it just, he wasn't like, spraying his champagne really, like Lando was spraying him and he was like walking away. It was
I know.
Weird,
I
right?
just feel like Oscar, like you probably would have won that race had you not had that 10-second penalty.
Right.
Like I get that, but unfortunately you messed up. What you did was illegal. You got the penalty for it. you live and you learn. And if your teammate wins his home race, something that like is every driver's dream, my God, celebrate with him.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You know, it just like, I literally the whole time I was watching it, I was like, is he even happy for Lando?
I mean, no. I mean, we don't know.
Yeah.
But we know that these guys are competitors. So like any time that you don't win, you're not thrilled.
I know, yeah.
Especially because it did come down to just a matter of an FIA decision rather than like a racing incident, you know. I agree though. I thought the penalty was warranted. I thought that
maybe not 10 seconds, but like you thought there had to be a penalty.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm okay with 10. I thought 5 would have been appropriate. Max called it out on the radio immediately.
Yeah, because he knew that he technically overtook Oscar and was like, oh frick, like that.
But he literally had no choice. So yeah, very weird.
Oh, Lance Stroll. This was a good race for him for the most part. Okay. There was a moment where he was up in P4 and then it was up in P3 when Max like had his little issue. And so
when Max spun off the restart. Yeah.
It wasn't anything crazy, but then that allowed Lance to get the like ahead. And like I had so many people messaging me and like texting me and I was like, I'm not saying anything. No. Like, do not talk to me right now. I can't say anything. It's gonna get spoiled. And then you could just slowly see him towards the end of the race just like going down the field. And I was like, can we just hold on to P5? And like we couldn't, but it was fine. And then it was P6 and then it ended P7 and it was okay. Like it was fine, but he had a good race and I'm very happy for him. And like Lance is a great driver when it's wet. Like we already know this. We've seen this before that some drivers just like excel. Esteban Ocon as well. Like maybe not today, but previously, like he has been really good in the rain. And Lance, like it was a great call to put him on softs for that little mini stint for him to like gain a few places and then switch back to like the inters. But I was here for it. I was like, this feels like a win to me. That whole what Lance was doing. That was great for me. And also I like Lando, so this was a great race for me. You know what I mean?
I didn't pay one lick of attention to Lance, to be so honest. I didn't even know he was up and forth till I saw our story.
I'm always watching him.
I know he's just like off my radar. And you know, like again, I'm gonna say it. Did we even hear Yuki's name once today?
No, absolutely not.
He's on nobody's radar now.
No, because he's not doing anything in the Red Bull. How many times do we have this conversation?
I know it's something that we bring up over and over and over again, but like honestly,
this is the second race in a row where he's finished last. Out of those who finished. Like, congratulations, you didn't finish 20th, but the 5 cars behind you all DNF'd.
Right. I'm just like, I like Yuki. I'm like,
it's the car.
I know it's the car. No, we're not going to get into it. I know it's a car, but like he's so far off anyone's radar. No one's even talking about it. It's crazy.
I didn't know Isaac Hadjar was from Paris.
Oh, I did.
I had no idea.
Oh, did you see? I literally couldn't stop fucking laughing. I don't know if it was from this weekend or when it was from, but Liam and Isaac, again, whoever runs VCARB Social, like so straight good. Up, you deserve the world. They did the video where, have you heard that? I'm already starting it. That sound that it's like, Shanice, you're talking like a rat. Do you know what I'm talking about? Your mouth is moving a lot like a rat.
Yes.
Yappa, 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 yappa. Yeah, okay, but Isaac fucked up. And his first take was, your mouth is moving a lot like a rat. Yappa rat. I couldn't stop laughing.
Oh, I love them. I couldn't
stop laughing. Liam couldn't keep it together either. It was so funny.
They're just a couple of guys. Like, they're just having fun and a shitty weekend for both of them. Like, they both ended up having to retire. But
Yappa rat. I just kept doing that.
Your mouth is moving a lot like a rat. Yappa rat.
Jesus. Do they have a script?
Yapper.
Shanice?
It's got.
I love them so much.
I know.
Like, I love them.
It's got 1.2 million views because it's so funny.
We have to talk about Nico Hülkenberg.
Pin it really, really quickly on the topic of Isaac.
Okay.
He unfortunately also had to retire because he got stuck in the barriers.
His car looked wrecked.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I remember how it happened. I don't.
Me neither. He's just in the wall. It's not funny. He's fine.
He's fine. Yeah.
He is okay. But
I'm getting the IndyCar race now mixed up with the Formula One race. And I know. It's not good.
So I love it when it's like a full race day, but then I'm like, I don't actually know what happened.
You literally have to take notes. When I'm at
and I didn't take any notes. I was like, I got this, and now I'm like, honestly, if I didn't open up my photos right now, I would have like forgotten that Nico Hülkenberg got a podium.
Shut up! I would not have let us forget about that, to be honest. Okay, well, so before the end of the race, Lewis was also climbing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, is he going to do it? Like, is he going to get a podium? Please, 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 please. I was happy that he like was able to overtake Lance. I'm sorry. I was happy that he was. And then he got to Nico and I was like, I actually don't want him to go any further.
No, I think that was the general like thought for everybody watching was like, yes, this is Lewis's home race, but my God, do not overtake Nico Hülkenberg. Do not.
Yes.
Like, thank God he didn't.
Yeah.
But it's such a weird feeling to like love Lewis, love Ferrari, and to be like, stay where you are.
Yes.
Stay in fourth, don't move.
Yes. I mean, here's the thing. I will never want Lewis not to overtake Nico ever again. It was just, I needed this to happen.
Yeah.
So I'm sure everybody in the world knows at this point, Nico Hülkenberg finishes on the podium, his first time in his 15-year career, 239 F1 race starts, and he's done it. He held, unfortunately, the record for the longest amount of, or the most amount of starts in Formula One without a podium, and no more. That daunting record, no more.
15 seasons and 8 teams.
Yeah.
Not wild. Congratulations. And then, you know what his reward was? A Lego trophy.
I was so happy for him. Like, genuinely, like, I wasn't crying but I could have. I was around people, so I didn't want to, but I could have. Like,
he was so happy.
He was so, to see him on the podium.
I know.
With the champagne, that's when I was like, it was like, oh.
Like, yep, you deserve this.
Yes.
This is everything.
I'm like, this is your moment. And that's, too, why I was kind of like getting a little like bothered by Oscar, because I'm like,
shut up.
Have some emotion for Nico on the podium. And he was like not really having it. But I'm like, look at this. And then I heard the radio message from Gabby. And I was like, put me out right now. Like, Nico couldn't believe it. Gabby got on his radio and was like, I'm so proud of you, man. Like, such a masterclass. And I'm just like,
K-Megs was in the garage too. He was literally in the
like
the
Zoe
garage.
from Fan Behavior made a video like almost immediately after. She's like, this is the enemies to, like, no F1 movie could ever
write this enemies to lovers.
Enemies to like friends trope like we've seen between K-Meg and Nico. And maybe this is vulgar, but as soon as it happened, I was like, baby number 2 is on the way.
Oh my God.
Because remember when K-Meg got pole in Brazil and then 9 months later he also had a baby? I was like, Nico's going to follow suit here. I don't think that his wife was actually there, which is really unfortunate.
But there was a really cute video of his daughter celebrating.
Oh, I saw it. Yes, I did.
Like screaming and
like, even before this, whose daughter was it that was naming all the drivers? Was it Nico's or was it I think it was Nico's.
I think
daughter.
It was Nico's.
It was. She was naming all the drivers.
First and last name.
First and last name, but she screwed up like very slightly and said Kimmy Lawson. And I was like, oh, I love Kimmy Lawson.
I love Kimmy Lawson. My favorite driver is Kimmy Lawson.
That's my favorite driver. Yeah. And you're right. There is Kimmy Lawson.
Will not say you're wrong.
No, nope. Never. Absolutely not. So anyways, I thought that was so cute too.
I hope this gives like Nico and like the whole team just like so much confidence like moving forward.
Yeah.
I mean, we know that like we knew Nico wasn't a horrible driver, but he was never
he had nothing to show for it.
Yeah, like that's just it. Like he was just always there. Like, but there was obviously a reason why like people kept him around.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy for him.
I'm so happy for
I wish
him.
he didn't get a Lego trophy. I thought the Lego trophies were super cool.
They were so cool.
But if this was my first podium in Formula One and someone handed me Lego, I'd be a little upset.
I don't think he cares.
He said his daughter. He said he's like, my daughter can play with it. That's what he said. Well, which is really cute, actually.
That's very cute. I don't think I'd let my kid touch it, to be honest.
I'm sure they got like real trophies too, because Lando got a real trophy and the Lego trophy. I expected Lando to break the Lego trophy.
Yeah.
Because that's just what he would do.
Oh, wait. Also, sorry, that just reminded me of something from the F1 movie. They used scenes from Austria where Hungary, where Lando broke the trophy last year.
Really?
Or 2 years ago. I think that was the Hungarian Grand Prix.
How do you know?
You could see it. It was like the big, like, because it was really interesting, right? Like, it was different than a lot of the other trophies. It was like hand painted.
Yeah, okay,
it was like a
fair.
vase. And you could see Lando walking away from the podium with it. And I was like, that's the broken trophy. Or was it Max's that he broke?
He broke Max's.
He broke
trophy,
Max's.
Yeah.
So his was intact in his arms, and they didn't show Max's, obviously, because,
That's funny.
well, it was broken. Anyways, back into today's race. I think that
I thought it was a great race.
it was really entertaining.
Like, oh, and then who did I see? I don't know who posted or who said it, but it was, I don't know if it was Instagram or like a picture of a tweet. I have no idea, but someone said this is the first race that F1 movie viewers are watching for the first
Christina
time.
posted this. Yeah.
Was it Christina?
Yeah.
Which I think is so, it's funny because I'm like, this actually isn't what typically happens during an F1 race. Like this isn't it. I'm glad that this is the first race that you're watching and that you're really into it. But like,
What typically doesn't happen? Like the rain?
I mean, all the rain and like Nico Hülkenberg getting a podium.
Well, I think that makes it even more exciting,
Yeah,
right?
like that's why I'm like I'm happy that this was their first race
Yeah.
if they're watching it after the F1 movie. But I'm like, please don't get your hopes up that this happens every race.
Oh,
that,
you think
like,
there's gonna be like Nico fans now that are like, he got a podium in my first race that I watched, so I'm watching him now.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
that would be tough. Unfortunately, we had to go from watching this masterclass of a race to watching Mid Ohio in IndyCar.
Like,
I'm
I'm so bored of Indy right now, and
I'm so happy you said that.
I love IndyCar.
Me too.
So much. I am so bored.
I'm so bored.
I'm so bored.
I feel bad because
We preached it all the time.
yes, we have been huge proponents of IndyCar since we started this show.
Mm-hmm.
We
I
love it.
think it's just this season, unfortunately, and like
It's literally Formula One 2022.
yeah, it's just
I
like
hated
all right,
Formula One that season too. So like, what do you want me to do?
let's just get through it and see what happens next year. Is
Like,
all we can
yeah,
do.
truly. Like F1
Like,
is so entertaining right
At
now.
least Alex Palou didn't win this race.
Yeah.
But he was like damn
So
close. Like the entire time I was like, I don't care what's going on. The only time I really paid attention was when Santino Ferrucci pretty much tried to kill Connor Daly. Can I say that? I can say that. I don't care.
Yeah.
And Connor Daly,
would say it.
He did. His tweet. Oh my god.
Oh, I didn't see.
Stop. Okay, wait. I need to read this out for you. He hit Connor like there was contact, and then Connor quoted it saying, "This clown literally drove himself off track trying to make sure he wrecked me." At Santino Ferrucci, brilliant as always.
I love that from
I
Connor.
love Connor Daly. I love Connor Daly.
I
like
love that.
like yeah, fair. Like that was
Connor does what no other driver does because they are media trained. And I mean,
say what it is.
Scott McLaughlin does it sometimes too, and Will Power also literally yelled at Alex Palou this week. But like, I wish so. Those are still like those are older drivers, and they haven't lost that like competitiveness. But like the younger guys, they don't do that shit, and I don't like it. I don't know if it's not. If
Santino
it's
Ferrucci does, but Santino Ferrucci is never warranted when he
people-
does it. He's
great. People hate it.
just
I
well,
hate
just
it.
shut up.
Yeah, he's never right. You're right. He's never right.
No, never.
I don't know if it's media training or if it's just like a lack of like competitiveness. I don't know what it is, but like you'd never see someone like
David Maluka saying
or
that shit.
Colton Herta even
No.
tweeting that shit. Like I'm sure they talk about it like amongst drivers, but I love that Connor puts that out there because honestly, yeah. Like
Well, and not just Connor too, but Will Power after his little blow up with Alex Palou.
Yeah.
Still don't know if it was fully warranted.
it was practice. I don't watch practice, so I had to just get
That's
the
why I
yeah.
was just like, okay, like yes, this is such an unfortunate situation, and apparently it was like the third lap in a row
Yeah.
where like Will had to like back off a little bit
Yeah.
before doing a hot lap.
Yeah.
And I get it, like that screws with your performance times, and especially
Yeah.
if you need that data for the race.
You need the data for the
I get
race,
it.
yeah.
But Will was like in people's like answering comments like on the IndyCar post, on IndyCar on Fox post,
Fighting with people?
like defending himself in the comments towards
Oh,
people, and I was
really?
like, yeah,
Love
I
it.
respect it.
Love it.
You say your shit.
The thing is, I think Alex Palou would be infuriating to fight with because I think he'd just be like,
so cocky.
Sorry,
be like,
man. No,
right.
no, not cocky. Just
you don't think he'd be cocky?
No.
Oh my god, I feel like he had like a little smirk on his face when Will Power was yelling
I think
at
he's
him.
just like, sorry, man. Like, sorry. Like, what do you want me to say? Sorry.
Anyways.
Sorry. Like, I just people like that are infuriating to fight with because they give you nothing.
It's like fucking choke you out.
Yeah.
Horrible weekend for Penske.
Oh no. Horrible fucking year for Penske. Horrible.
Like, what is going on?
I don't think Joseph has finished the last
3 races. He's finished in the last. He's finished either 25th or like DNF'd. Like he's like fully
27th,
25th, 26th, 27th in the last 3 races. Yeah. Like bottom 3, the last 3 races, and he's like, all right, we move on to the next one. It's like, do you want to maybe?
I thought there was going to be more. Well, I don't know if that's fair, but I thought there's gonna be more emotion from him.
I just feel like he is at a point where almost like he doesn't care. Like that's what I got from this race, and like obviously last race he was frustrated. In the first race that happened, like he was frustrated, but this race he was like, okay, we move on. Like is he just like in that mindset where he's like, we like doesn't matter at this point? Like he didn't win the 500. He knows he's not even in contention for the championship at this point.
Yeah, he won't be.
Like is he just like over it?
He may just be over this season. I don't know if it's like, do you want to do your job? Because like
to be fair, it was a lockup. Like
he locked up. Like it's unfortunate. There's nothing really that but
it's just shitty luck.
So
like it's just, but it's all of Penske. Like Will Power is having a tough time too.
Will had a brake fire out.
Like I don't understand. Like Penske Perfect does not exist anymore.
No,
they're
having
Penske garbage fire.
Terrible year. Like worse than anybody could have imagined that it would be.
It's like coming off of last year where they were incredible. And like even at the start of the season, I mean, it's Will Power's last year with his contract, and everyone at the start of the season was like, no, like he'll be re-signed. Like they wouldn't lose him. And now I'm just like, maybe they will let him go. Well, which I would hate to see.
I don't think so. I think if anything, it's going to be a 1-year deal. But here's the thing. Why I say that is because I believe that the anticipation was for David to step into Will's car and take over the 12. I don't think they've seen enough from David to warrant that decision at this moment.
I don't think so either.
And I think that they need to go back to the drawing board and think like maybe Malukas is not who we envision for our future anymore. Well, maybe we need more time.
I'm like, they still have that technical partnership with AJ Foyt. Right. So it's like maybe they'll just still work together.
Yeah.
And like, but I think 1 year at AJ Foyt is not enough to warrant David having a seat for next year.
Right. And you know what the funny thing is? And this is what no one wants to say. Santino is a great driver.
He's just a shit person.
He has these moments on track where you're like, oh my God, your temper just came out of nowhere. No one has even spoke a whisper about Santino being the one from Foyt to move up to Penske and take on a better car.
He wouldn't. First of all, AJ Foyt
I know.
is like in love with Santino Ferrucci for whatever reason.
Correct.
That like he doesn't want anyone else driving that car. But also
it's just the Penske brand and how Santino like. And I'm not saying it because I don't know the answer. I know the answer. I just think it's silly because it's like funny.
It is funny.
David is the one that like is like more moldable to be the Penske perfect driver.
Oh, you could
not mold Santino.
You cannot have Santino anywhere near that Penske perfect.
No amount of media training.
Absolutely not. Like you can't. David, I could see it.
Yeah.
You can't. Santino Ferrucci is stuck at AJ Foyt
until
he retires.
No, he is. But I just think it's funny because it's like there's this technical partnership, but really only one driver. Exactly. Really only one driver has a shot at potentially moving up to Penske, and one will never, ever, ever sniff that.
No, never.
I feel kind of bad saying that because like that's hard on Santino, but like honestly,
I don't feel bad for him at all.
Yeah.
Ever. Publicly going on the record to say
he
I do not care.
He does have like a lot of fans.
I know. I don't think they listen to this podcast.
I really hope not. And if
they do, come at us.
No,
I won't. No, I'll cut that.
That's not what I quite the opposite. I don't think they listen to this podcast. I think you're correct. I don't think they do. If you want to have a conversation about it, we totally welcome it. But
bring your receipts.
You're so aggressive sometimes. we can have a conversation.
Yes.
Yes,
we can.
That's that.
Anyway,
everyone wants to fight right now.
I do. Literally the last few laps of that race, all I heard was problem for Pillow, and I literally, I'm at my kitchen table and I'm on my phone and I go, like, it was just like, oh my god, what the fuck is going on? Like, it honestly seemed like Pillow braked instead of hit the gas. Like, that's what it seemed like. And fair, I do that too sometimes, but not on a racetrack, not when I'm trying to win a race. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I also, if you're doing it and I'm doing it, there's a problem here because I'm not a race car driver. But that's what it seemed like. Is like, it just like seemed like he forgot what he was doing for a split second, and then Scott Dixon had that opportunity, just fucking pew, you know?
Yeah.
And then Scott is just like, they both had about the same amount of time left in their push to pass, and I really like that IndyCar now displays how much seconds they have left in that. And Scott just had a little bit more time and used that to his advantage, and yeah, that was it for Alex Pillow. Like, he couldn't catch up afterwards. Like, it was just like tiny little miss up, and that was his race win gone. And like, to be fair, it's still a Chip Ganassi driver winning the race. Like, it's not like it was like Christian Lundgaard coming out of nowhere and winning it. But I was great for me, because now we have 3 drivers who've won in the series, not just 2.
I really hope IndyCar. Like, I can't remember which tracks are ovals and which tracks aren't, because I thought that Mid Ohio was, but then I realized I was thinking about the Milwaukee Mile. I just need more ovals right now, like, because they're unpredictable. We need another race winner.
It's not next week. They're in Toronto. Oh no, not Toronto. Next week. The week after is Toronto.
Yeah, and
When's
it's a
next
street
week?
circuit. I don't know if there's one next week.
I'm pretty sure there is. I think they race like every single week this month.
Really?
Yeah, next week it's Sync 275. What is this? The fastest short track on the planet. Where? In Iowa. Iowa Speedway, an 8.75 mile tri-oval. So it's kind of like a little, like a kidney bean. That's
8.75 mile?
Yeah. Nope. 0.875.
Thank you.
Shortest oval, 8 miles.
That's what.
I can't read sometimes.
No, it's okay. I was clarifying because I didn't think that I heard that correctly.
Oh, wait. Is this a
doubleheader?
Doubleheader? It is. Whoa. It is a doubleheader weekend. Holy moly. Okay.
And is there F1 this coming weekend as well?
Nope.
Okay. So we have 2 IndyCar races to talk about next week. I liked Iowa last year, I believe, so it should be okay. And I hope that we get a new winner.
We have a break now in Formula One.
Is it summer break?
Yeah. They don't race again until... Oh, no. No, hold up. The next race is July 27th, so that's in...
3 weeks.
3 weeks. And then they race again August 3rd. And then after that, they race again August 31st. So they have a 3-week break. And then they have a...
doubleheader. And then another 3-week break.
Yeah.
Got it. Good thing IndyCar's
They're
around,
at Spa next week. No, in 2 weeks. In 3 weeks. I'm sorry. 27th? That's 3 weeks. They're in Spa.
I already have a headache. Can we go back to hyperfixation of the week?
Oh, yeah, we forgot to do that last week.
And the week before. But it's okay.
You know what my hyperfixation is? In the last 2 weeks, I've been decluttering my room.
I love that for you. I love that for you.
It's hard.
Because you're moving, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that for you.
Very difficult.
You keep things.
I love things.
Yeah. I hate things. I like getting rid of things.
It's so hard. I have a Harry Potter shelf, and I stared. I have a drawing of George Weasley and another one of Draco Malfoy, and I stared at them for 5 minutes being like, I don't need them, but I want them. But I don't need them, but like I really want them. And eventually I put them in the donation pile, and I still have an entire shelf to go through. I love things. Yeah. I love things. So I've been decluttering these last few weeks.
Yeah. That's fun. Decluttering, it feels good. It feels like you're in control of your life. Maybe that's just me.
That's not me.
Not you.
Okay, what's yours?
I have 2. One is Love Island USA,
Holy.
specifically because I hate a lot of them. I love Pepe.
Pepe?
I talked about this last week.
Pepe is so fun.
Pepe is so down bad for Hannah. That's the power of a Hannah.
We never clipped that Love Island part from the episode. We still could.
Of what?
When we talked about
which
the drivers
could go
we
in.
still could.
Yeah. I love, he's so down bad. He misses his girl.
Yeah, but now he's obsessed with Iris.
Well, there's only
I'm kind of obsessed with it.
I kind of like it, but I really think, I don't think that I think that it's going to be another, like, he tries it out and he's like, Hannah.
Yeah, I like Pepe and Hannah.
The power of a Hannah.
I cannot believe that Sierra stood behind Taylor to keep Taylor.
Sierra's on my shit list.
Like,
for a
are you
multitude of
kidding
reasons.
me?
That was ridiculous. Then some comments were resurfaced, which is the same reason Yulissa got kicked off at the beginning
And
of
I'm
the
like,
season.
we're keeping her? Okay.
You're keeping her. Why? Because she has a connection?
Nick doesn't even like her.
There's a precedent here. Did she or did she not say something racist online?
She did? Great. Get her off the show.
Off the show.
Also, those casting directors need to do a little bit more research before they hire people.
I don't understand. Because
how do you not?
It's easy. It's so fucking easy.
I know.
To find this shit.
It's so easy. If you don't want to do it, hire someone who will.
Because you know what?
5,000 girls can figure it out.
The online girls will do it for you. Yeah, it's really annoying. So Love Island USA. Because like we're getting near the end of the season too. And I'm like, where are we going with this? Like truly,
literally, where are we going with this? I hate all of them except like the odd moment here or there. I'm so glad Austin's off the show.
I was literally about to say, thank God Austin's gone.
I hate Zach.
Oh my God.
Veneers and hair.
Zach can go back to the UK literally any second. I can't stand that guy. I love Amaya. The way he berated her in front of everybody last week.
Good for her for standing up for herself.
No, she handles herself with such poise and grace while she's getting literally shit on by everyone in the villa. I love her. I love her.
I'm glad that she knows that she's America's favorite.
Does she know?
She must know. She
now
was,
after
voted,
that,
the most for everything.
Well, yeah, I think that challenge was so good because Ace thought everyone loved him. He thought he was the people's princess.
No, absolutely not. He's a 5'4" piece of shit. Respectfully.
I loved that he got and you know what? After like a couple, he was still like, no, I think I'm still like
no,
but no, things haven't changed. America still hates you.
Yep.
Bye. Yeah. I love that Iris figured out that people love her.
Yeah.
I love that Pepe, who had no idea in the world what people thought about him, now realizes that people love him.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Amaya too.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. And Taylor, everyone knows now Taylor knows everyone hates him, so I hope he
thank God
regrets that decision. But you know what? At the same time though, I'm kind of like, okay, but he found a better connection.
See, yeah. Like, he just never felt it with Alandria, which is, like, totally fair. But I think the way it all went about was kind of wrong.
Like, his downfall was not being, like, really honest with her about the connection with Clark. He was kind of still stringing her along until that moment when he was like, I picked Clark. Like,
oh, okay.
Tough. I love Love Island USA, though.
It's
like,
good.
I hate it so much. I hate the Islanders, but like I also love it. Like I hate watching.
There's an episode on tonight.
There's an episode on tonight. I was thinking about this. I was scheming. Guys, can you let us know if you're watching it too? Because I was thinking we should do a stream. Like watch it, stream it for the finale.
I'd be down.
I think that
we can figure it out. I think we can figure out how to do that.
I think we could too.
Yeah.
And I know if I send this idea to Michaela, she's going to be like, yes, you must. So I'm not doing that yet. But and my other hyperfixation is the beer can, which nobody else knows because unless you live in Winnipeg. Yeah. So I've been there 3 times in the past week.
The beer can is an outdoor bar in Winnipeg, and it's always just the best thing ever in the summer.
It's the best.
It's so fun.
It's like
I don't even know why. Like it's just so good. I can't
explain. It's just like the trees have lights in them.
It's just good vibes.
The drinks are good. It's all local. The bartenders are nice. Mm-hmm. You sit. You don't stand.
You just yap.
There's dogs.
It's so fun.
There's good food.
I was there yesterday with my friend, and then I was looking at a different friend's location, and I was like, "Oh my God, Hannah's here!" So I went and found her.
Of course, I'm here. I'm there. Yeah. That's my hyperfixations of the week.
I love it.
Let's close this out so I can go take another Advil.
Okay, this was a F1 movie review, Silverstone recap, and a little bit of IndyCar.
We are Track Talk.
Ciao for now.